New slab review time. Got a new slab. Let's check it out. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Retro Hoop Collectibles. We got a new slab today to review. The good folks over at Arena Club. You guys check them out. Links in the description if you guys want to go see what's up with that. New kids on the block. I mean, there really isn't very many. So I don't think I'm going to be doing too many more new slab reviews because it's just no longer lucrative to start up grading companies anymore. Go figure. But this one in particular started a while ago. It's probably one of the bigger startups that came around. A lot of big names behind it, a lot of funding, kind of how you want to start a company, right? The opposite of grassroots, I would say. But I got an opportunity originally with them to send in some cards to have graded and then vaulted, and then have my own personal online vault as they have it, right? They got it set up to where you submit cards, and then if you're vaulting with them, you have a virtual vault that you can go in and check out all your cards and all that stuff. But more importantly, once you have your own vault, you can put your vault on their marketplace where you can buy, sell, and more importantly, trade. Trading. Keep in mind, trading is going to be pretty important coming up in the next year for the hobby. But what you can also do is that if you submit cards with them and put them on your vault, if you decide afterwards that you want those cards back, you can recall your cards, and then they'll send them to you in Arena Club slabs if you submitted with them. Or they'll send them back to you just as you sent it to them, because you can also send your graded cards over there to be vaulted and then put on their marketplace so that you could do some wheeling and dealing if you'd like. But I wanted to get my hands on the slab because I had yet to get my hands on the slab. And so I did that. I sent off to get a couple of cards sent back to me, and I have them in hand. And this is their Arena Club slab. And what I want to do is just kind of do a bit of a comparison. Right off the bat, as I have it in hand, I got two of them here. I got my KPJ and my Penny Hardaway, both of which I traded for, by the way, which was pretty dope. Traded away some cards that probably monetarily were worth more, but to me, I didn't really care about them. And got back two cards that I really cared about. So that's kind of the whole purpose of trading, I believe. But so I recalled these back, and we're going to do just kind of a quick comparison up against a PSA slab. I have a PSA. Well, let's go down here to the table here. I got PSA slab, SGC slab, HGA slab, and a CSG slab, all in attendance for the new kid on the block here. Again, right off the bat, acrylic is nice. It's probably the nicest out of all the bunches except for CSG. CSG still holds the crown for the nicest acrylic in any of the grading companies, period. And that's just that there's nobody dethroning them. They have the nicest acrylic by hands down. But yeah, so this is probably a step up from PSA in terms of how nice the acrylic is and clear and all that stuff. The other thing that I want to everybody to take note of is how little slab is actually present on the slab. And I know that doesn't make sense in the initial, but if you just kind of roll with me here, the Arena Club slab is about, I'd say, a little over a 1/4 inch shorter than the PSA slab. And the reason is if you notice that space here, it's very minimal compared to this larger space here. And the space here from the card to the bottom of the slab is very minimal in comparison to the amount of space that's around the PSA slab. And I think they did a really good job of making sure that what is the biggest thing that is, immediately visible is the card itself. And so they did a good job of eliminating as much real estate around the slab as humanly possible, or as design-wise possible. So kudos to them on that. And then these kind of flared out corners, which you don't see on any of the other companies other than PSA when they did it with the tuxedo. I mean, sorry, SGC with the tuxedo. That's kind of that they took a little bit of a cue from there. So I really like that corner. It adds a little bit of razzle dazzle to the slab itself, but about 1/4 of an inch shorter, I would say, and it's I'd say maybe about 1/8 of an inch thicker or wider of a slab than PSA. And it's about the same thing with all the other ones, with the exception of SGC and HGA. They're considerably thinner, than both of those, but and also considerably shorter. But by far, in comparison to all these other ones here, by far the most compact slab. And they did a really good job of designing the slab to make sure that what stands out the most is the card. And that's one of the things that I like about the slab. Also, the Arena logo is embossed down here at the bottom. That's very important to me because you can buy slabs in bulk from China or from India on Alibaba or whatever the other one is. And you can get them for pennies on the dollar, and then make your own slabs. But whenever you have this embossed company name on here, it tells me that you're ordering and you're specific for what you're trying to do. You're not just buying mass marketed slabs. So that's a good look for them. But I like that. I'm always looking out for, PSA has it on theirs, HGA has it on theirs. I don't know that CSG has it, but they don't need it because their acrylic is awesome. But yeah, just design wise, a good looking slab. What do you call it? Subgrades are on the back, as well as the QR code. I'm going to do a separate video on what that QR code is, because I think that's another thing that makes Arena Club kind of stand out, which is pretty dope. But coloring wise, I think their label is pretty good in terms of just a really basic, clean, no nonsense type label. If that's what you're looking for, obviously, if you want something a little bit more design wise, HGA is where you want to go. Thickness wise, about the same as all the other slabs, but weight wise, they're not much heavier than a PSA slab. PSA slab is 1.5 ounces. This would be a little bit more, 1.7. So again, you're not going to really tell. You're not going to feel much of a difference between the weight on these two slabs. Obviously, the big boy here, I think, is HGA at about almost 3 ounces for the slab. This thing's just a tank, but comparable in weight. The size is a little smaller, but with good design cues that got it there. So I kind of dig that. So that's it. I mean, it's a good looking slab. Here's the thing. Arena Club's reason for existing, in my opinion, and one of the things that's going to take them forward, is their online vault where you can go in and look at your cards and trade them and sell them and do all this stuff. I really don't think that there's going to be a lot of people, those people who are using Arena Club currently. I don't think that many of them will be recalling slabs too much, Arena slabs too much. That's just my opinion. I think that's kind of their area of expertise, their standout. That's kind of what's going to make them unique in the hobby, is that you can do everything online. And if you want to, then it's good to know that what you're going to get back is a good looking slab, because I believe that's what this is. Every card is penny sleeved, which is dope. I did crack one. I tried. The reason why I cracked it is because I wanted to see if I could crack it by hand. Some of the other companies, fly-by-night grading companies, that you've been able to crack slabs by hand and just open it up without damaging neither the slab nor the card, which is kind of an issue with security and all that stuff. Every card is penny sleeved. So here, let's go. Every single card that has a penny sleeve in it, every single card that you get they're all penny sleeved, which is dope. And you can't crack them by hand without damaging the card. So I actually did crack one by hand. It took a significant amount of pressure, and I had to damage the card in the process. And then the other time that I did it, I had to do it the same way that I would crack a PSA slab, which is to crack open a corner and then work it very slowly with a flathead screwdriver to kind of make that work. But there you have it. If you guys have been wanting to maybe check out Arena but you're not really sure what you would be getting back in terms of a slab, there you have it. Hopefully that helps. Link is in the description if you guys want to go to Arena Club. And let me know down in the comments if you are already with Arena Club. What do you think of the design? And, if you are already on Arena Club, how has your experience been with trading, buying, selling, all that good stuff? Curious to know. But that's it. I appreciate you guys watching as always. Love y'all. Peace.